So today's topic is okay, okay. So today's topic is working with different elements. Okay. Uh, Let us take the example of Facebook again. You'll go to Facebook login page. Okay, it has multiple fields. It has text box. It has buttons. Okay, this is the text box. This is a select drop down. This is radio button. Okay, this button. Multiple things are there in this page. Okay, let us work on this only. Uh, I'll create a new package for this. In this, I'll create a class. Okay. Okay. Um, so we'll see example of text box. Public void text. Okay. In this, we'll create WebDriver object. Okay. It should be new Chrome driver. Need to import this class. We'll add this line. Okay. Open Facebook URL. Make sure you give HTTP before any website. Here, I would like to deal with this text field. Okay. Uh, CSS XPath. Okay. Uh, Let us go by just HTML. Here, what is the ID of this field? Email field. Okay. So what I will call web element email element equal to webdriver dot find element by id equal to email. Okay, created element. Now in this email element, what are the multiple things you can do? Okay, since it is a text field, we can send text in it. Okay, I'd like to send some xyz@gmail.com. Okay, after that I'll put a thread dot sleep. I'll sleep for some 5 seconds and throw interrupted exception. Then in text field you can also clear the data which is already present. Okay, it's time to quit. Okay, let me run this in debug mode. Okay, need to put the annotation. Ah, అవును 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 లేదు లేదు, వెబ్ డ్రైవర్ అనేది నీ ఆబ్జెక్ట్. దాంట్లో ఫైండ్ ఎలిమెంట్ అనేది ఒక మెథడ్. సో బేసిక్గా నీ వెబ్ డ్రైవర్ క్లాస్ ఉందా, ఆ వెబ్ డ్రైవర్ క్లాస్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ వెబ్ డ్రైవర్. సో in this web driver class there is one method called find element. So to this find element method, this is the parameter by.id email. This by is again another class. In by class dot id is another method. Okay, so this method returns some value. Okay, so which is the parameter to your find element method. This find element method returns a web element. We just named that web element to email element. Okay, ఓకే, ఇది డీబగ్ మోడ్లో స్టార్ట్ చేశాను. సో దెన్ ఎలిమెంట్ దొరికింది. సెండ్ కీస్ ఇక్కడ చూసావా, xyz@gmail.com వెళ్ళింది. నేను ఇప్పుడు 5 seconds వెయిట్ చేస్తున్నాను. ఓకే, 5 seconds అయిపోయింది. ఇప్పుడు క్లియర్ చేస్తున్నా, చూడు మళ్ళీ క్లియర్ అయిపోయింది. సో టెక్స్ట్ ఫీల్డ్లో నువ్వు వాల్యూ ఎంటర్ చేయొచ్చు, క్లియర్ చేయొచ్చు. ఓకేనా, దీస్ ఆర్ ది 2 basic interactions on your text field. Okay, similarly we'll create mouse పాడైపోయింది. For text interaction test, after that button interaction test. Okay, and for the previous test I will make enabled equal to false. So the same thing you do. What I'll do here, just see the locator for this button element. Okay, so it has id equal to this one, or value. Okay, we'll go by this id here, uh, by id equal to value, and I'll change it to login button element. Okay, so in login button element, since it is a button, send keys wouldn't make any sense. Basically, if there is a button, we click it. So clear also doesn't make any sense because this is not a text field. After that, you just quit. Debug as test. Okay. Uh, so facebook.com is open. So this is your window. Okay. In that, shit. This is actually this. Let me run this again. Okay. New browser window got opened. Facebook.com is being opened. Then the login button. Then see, I did not enter any value in email and password field. Directly clicking on this login button. Okay. See, I was able to click that. So basically, we can only what can we do with buttons? We just can click them for check boxes. Similarly, for radio buttons, check boxes. Okay, so the valid operation that we can do is just clicking. Radio button also, if we go to this page, so here is a radio button. So female and one. That is what are radio buttons? Basically, if there will be multiple options, but you can select only one among them. So out of female and male, you can select either male or female. We are not supposed to select multiple. Okay, so if you see the identifier, see there is an identifier. See, so it has one id. The same thing, this is one element. Okay, you need to click on that element. So just locate that element, then do element dot click. Similarly, male. Okay, see, for female this was the id, for male this was the id. You just locate the element using this using id, then do a click event. It will click this radio options. Similarly, checkbox, there is no checkbox here. If I go to this Selenium framework.com, this is basically I just found it on the web. Okay, Selenium framework.com. Okay, Selenium demo sites. Okay, this let me ping this to you. This is a nice place where you can practice all your things. Okay, so your web elements, you find most of the elements in this page itself. Okay, someone created this space. Okay, you can make use of this space to practice your um, let me paste it here. Okay, here let us see if there is checkbox. See, there are checkboxes. Firebug. It's the same thing again. Okay, if you, but in case of checkboxes, you can select multiple checkboxes. But in case of radio buttons, you cannot select. So even for checkboxes also, just locate this element, do a click. Okay, this is example of checkbox, and this is example of radio. See here, there are 3 radio buttons. At a time, you can select any one of them. If I select this, that will be gone. If I select this, that will be gone. Okay, so this is radio button. Now what is next? Link. Okay, link also you can click. So you can click. Locate the element first, then do click. It will simply click the link. It will get redirected. So for all um, these buttons, okay, except radio text box, radio button, checkbox, buttons, and all things. So out of these all web elements, drop down list is little tricky. Okay, so there is a separate class in Selenium to handle drop down list. The class is select class. Okay, so we will see the example of select class. Okay, see here there is one select. Okay, in Facebook, see there are here itself there is example of select. This day, okay, is a drop down, month is a drop down, year is a drop down. Okay, so if I suppose let us do one example, we'll do example of this month. Okay, see, if you can see the tag of this web element, the tag itself is select. Okay, so you can see one drop down for day, another drop down for month, another drop down for year. So in if I expand this, see there are in day there are multiple options, 1 through 31. Similarly, in month there are 12 options. In year also there are multiple options. So if you want to select any value, how to do that? Okay, so Selenium has a class named select to do this. Text button, sorry, this is button interaction test. This is a drop down interaction test. Here also I am opening Facebook. Then after opening Facebook, first thing we need to do is web element. So I'll name this object as month, since it is a drop down element. So how to identify that element? So identification of this complete drop down, okay, it is similar to any other web element. Okay, how to do that? So it has the id equal to month. Okay, so this id, or see this we are trying to locate this complete month element. Okay, we are not going into inside values, but we are trying to locate the complete element. How to locate? The same thing, just mouse over on that. Okay, it gives corresponding, it class name is this, its ID is this. Okay, name equal to birthday month. Okay, so there are multiple attributes. Okay, I will go by ID. What I will do by ID this. Okay, now you have this complete month drop down stored in your object. Now next thing is to interact with the multiple options present inside that drop down. How to do that? There is a class called select class. The class is select. Okay, let us name the object as month selection. Okay, equal to new select. Let us see what are the different constructors it has. Okay, so it has only one constructor, that is select. We need to pass the web element to it. Since we want to do selection operation on this drop down, we need to pass that web element over here. Okay, see here to the constructor I am passing this web element. What is the web element? This web element which represents complete month drop down. Okay, so on that month drop down element I have created a selection object. Now it's time to select using this object. How to do that? Control V dot select by index. Okay, see, by index means, select by index means the values are given index like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, these are indexed in the order they are present in the drop down. Okay, so since if I want February, what I'll do, the index is 2. Let's see, I'm not sure whether index starts with 0 or 1. Let's try. Okay, so I'll give index as 2. Okay, let us run this until this point. Okay, and I'll not run it in a debug mode, but see, Feb got selected. Okay, so why I am telling the selection object to select by index 2. That means select the option whose index is 2. So Jan has index 1, Feb has index 2, so index 2 got selected. Okay, let me close this again. There is another method to select. What is that? Month selection dot select by value. Okay, so select by value. So in order to select by value, we need to pass some value. What is the value that we should pass? Let us see. Okay, so if I expand this, see, every option is has a value associated with it. So this value we need to pass. So value is an attribute under this option tags. Okay, so what I do, by value equal to 6. Okay, so what is the parameter that we should pass? It should be a string. Okay, before these between these selection methods, I'll put a thread dot sleep so that we can observe what's happening. I will put a wait time for 500 milliseconds. Okay, now I'll run this. Okay, first February got selected, so then it got changed to June. Okay, test case execution completed. See, after that I did not give any code. There is no code even to quit the driver also. That's why it's still open and your execution got finished. Okay, and what are the value that we gave here? 6. Okay, so value equal to 6 is for June. Okay, that's why June got selected. Now there is a third method. sorry, dot select by visible text is there. So what is visible text? Visible text is what is visible over here. So if I want to select December, what is the visible text for it? DEC. I'll pass DEC here. Okay, let me run this test. So first February got selected, that is by index 2. Okay, then by value 6, that is June. Then by visible text December, that should get changed to December. Okay, see, December got selected. Okay, so this is how to deal with your drop downs. Okay, remember, so sometimes, so see, these drop downs are implemented using select tag. So if you see, there is a select tag here. Okay, okay, so for all these three drop downs, there is the drop down is implemented using select tags. Suppose there will be cases where drop downs are there, but they are not implemented using select tag. In that case, you cannot use select class. Okay, you can use select class only when drop downs in your HTML are implemented using select tags. Remember this. Okay, so if you see a drop down which is not implemented using select tag, then you cannot use this select class. Okay, so you need to, in that case, you need to go for some other mechanism to select an option inside the drop down. Okay, so this is about select. Okay. After that, there are three important methods that I need to discuss with what are they? That is displayed, is enabled, uh, is visible. Okay, there are three methods. Um, okay, so let us see these examples. So generally, is displayed method used to check whether a web element is displayed in a page. Okay, if it is found in a page, or whether it is found in the page. Okay, in that case, we use is displayed method to check whether it is displayed in a page or not. Let us take the example of Facebook again. Okay, um, we'll go with the email field only. We'll see this. Okay, what I will do, uh, this is about selection, right? Locators, element interface. Here itself, I will create another test. Element state test. Okay, I'll call this. Okay, we'll go with this login button. Okay, we'll go with this button. Okay, so as soon as I find a web element, I would like to check the status. That is a login button element dot is displayed. Okay, this is one method. What is the next method? Is enabled. Is visible. Okay, sorry. Is displayed, is enabled, is selected. Okay. Okay. So instead of taking this, I will take the example of this drop down. Okay. So what is the ID? U0D. Okay. And um, female radio button element. Okay. Click. Okay. Here I am doing click activity. After that, we'll again check the status. Okay. This is before doing the click, and this is after doing the click. I'll just create a separator like this, and I'll run this. Okay, you see. So first is displayed. Is displayed is true. That means the element is displayed is present in the page. Okay. Then is enabled. Sometimes you will find the elements, but you are not allowed to edit them. In that case, is enabled equal to false. If they are editable, then is enabled equal to true. In case of this drop down, we are dealing with this button, right? So in case of this button, if this is clickable, if you are allowed to select this, that means that is editable. Editable means is enabled equal to true. That's why is enabled equal to true. Then is selected, that is false. So actually before clicking an element, so when I just open this page, so no option is selected, right? Neither female nor male was selected. So in that case, it is shown as false. Is selected is false. That means we have not yet selected the value, or we have not yet selected. Now after that, I made a click like this. Okay. Now after that, I am checking the status again. Is displayed. Anyhow, it is true. Displayed is true. Is enabled. Okay. It is editable. That's why it's true. Then is selected. Is selected is true. See, before click it was false because it was not selected. After click, that means you have selected. Now it has become true. Okay. So actually, this is enabled. You can use this for whether element is editable, is selected, whether element is selected. Basically, what kind of elements you can do the select operation on? That is your radio buttons, check boxes, right? You cannot apply this is enabled, this is selected on buttons. So but on buttons there is no option of selecting, so it doesn't make sense to use this method on buttons. Okay. So radio buttons and check boxes, on these elements you can do is selected operation. And is enabled, any element you can write, any element that is allowed to edit returns true. If it is not editable, it returns false. Okay. then E is displayed. So E is displayed if it is visible in the page. Uh, okay. So if I want to see example of an element uh, for which E is displayed is false, let me go and search for hidden. Okay, hidden, there is one hidden here. Then okay, so in your HTML, if any element has this attribute type equal to hidden, that means it is not okay. Okay, see, if you see I have deleted this hidden attribute, then some element got shown up here. Okay, so not sure why they are using this field. So if I make it hidden again, so it it is hidden. Now if I delete this attribute again, now it is visible. Okay, let's work on this element only. Okay, I intentionally deleted that hidden attribute for this element. Now it has shown up in the page. I am trying to identify this element. Okay, this element has name equal to LSD. Okay, we'll create a new text. Okay, here element state test 2. I'll name it test 2. Okay, um, I'll make it enabled equal to false. Okay, here what is the element? So you, all of you just identified how I am able to get this visible in this HTML page, right? What I did, I just searched for hidden. I found an element with type equal to hidden. Okay, so I removed that hidden attribute. Then this element shown up in this page. Okay, so this is best example to check is displayed option. How to do that? Now I'll go and find the identifier. What is the identifier for this? LSD. Okay, here uh, here I will rename it to uh, hidden element. Okay, this hidden element. So since this is a text field, there is no point of clicking. It doesn't make any sense. Okay, let us see what happens. So first I am locating this hidden element in the page. Then I am printing all these three values. One is displayed, is enabled, and is selected. Okay, what happened? No such element, unable to locate element. It is ID selector equal to LSD. Let us try this again. Still it is unable to identify. Let us go and check in this page. Okay, we will reload this page. We'll search with id equal to lsd. Okay, there is no matching node. What happened to it? Maybe it is having dynamic hidden. Sorry, it's not id, it's name equal to lsd. Okay, by name we have to give by name. Okay, let me close these two. Okay, see, first is displayed is false because it is hidden. Okay, then is enabled true because that is editable. Then is selected false because it's a text box. Is selected doesn't make any sense on it, that's why it returned false. So most important thing that we want to discuss here is it's about is displayed. Okay, let's not worry about these two. So see, this is displayed is false. Why? Because if you see this element is present in the page, okay, but because it is hidden we are unable to see it on the page. Okay, so that's why is displayed. See here, hidden element, we are able to locate the element in the page, but since it is hidden, its is displayed value is false. So there are some scenarios wherein you need to deal with such situation where elements are present in the page. Since they are hidden, you don't see them in the page, but when you actually see the HTML, you will find them. Okay, so now you know uh, the best example of is displayed. Okay, so if visibility in the page, okay, uh, if hidden, then it returns, then is displayed returns false. Okay, these are the field, email field, password field, they are not hidden. For them you always get is displayed equal to true. Okay, so this is about element interactions. So uh, we discussed about text box, a radio button, checkbox button and link, then your drop down list which is implemented using select. Then on your web elements you can do these actions. Okay, they can be useful um, when you want to do some interactions on the page. Okay, suppose if there is a validation to check whether a particular field is, suppose if email field is editable or not, what you will do, you go and see whether is enabled value parameter is enabled value of that element is true or false. If it is true, that means it is editable. If it is false, that means it is not editable. In that case your test case fails. Okay, so you can properly use them. Is displayed, see whatever web element you find in the page, you can do this operation. You check whether is displayed is true. Suppose in case of my email field, it should be visible in the page, right? It should be displayed in the page, it should not be hidden. In that case, when you are doing field validation, you will first locate this element, then you call that is displayed method on this web element. It should return true because this element should be visible. Okay, so this is how you can interact with your web elements. Okay, so